Okay, and we are live. Hello, everybody. So today I want to play a little bit of chess. Um, and yeah, that's all I've got. Let's try 10 plus 0 chess. I want to talk through my ideas and just see if, how good it works to stream chess. So I'm playing with the white pieces. I'm going to start with e4. That's just what I play. Okay, they're going with the Caro-Kann, very simple opening. They're just trying to put a pawn on d5, and after they do, I'm going to play knight c3. They're going to probably take, and they're going to either play the bishop out, knight here, or knight there for the Karpov variation. He's moving quickly, so he plays the, I think this is the Tartakower. I could be wrong. Standard line is castles. I have never seen this move, though. Never in my life. And I guess the only option would be this. The pawns are pretty stable here, so I don't think that they're going to move anytime soon. He could, I guess, try to go for c5, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I can play just knight e2. If I played this, he's not going to want to castle, because then I'll just grab his pawns, or he'll just play h3. But either way, my queen, I could just play bishop d3, and then c5 is kind of, or bishop e3, I should say. Or I could just play knight e2, which is a standard developing move. Knight e3 maybe can also be played because there's no threat. Yeah, I'll just play, okay, knight f3. Alright, that's fine. Idea to go castles next move. I'm guessing he's going to try to bring the knight here. He could push c5, I guess, but maybe I have even d5, so that idea doesn't seem like it would be a very good idea. But let's see what he plays. He's probably going to castle, if I had to guess. If he castles, I'm just going to castle. I don't want to deal with any rook to e8 check nonsense, which would, I don't know, it would just be a little bit loose, perhaps. Now he's taking a little bit of time to think. Yeah, knight a6. That is a very interesting move. We have completely like mainline stuff, and then knight a6. Okay, bishop g4. So now we're completely out of theory in every sense of the word. It's defended right now. I could just castle. If he takes, then I go here. But the problem is that I want to bring my queen to c2. And if he captures, then it could be messy because I double my pawns. But maybe I do just want to castle queenside anyways. So I'm thinking of maybe just going bishop here. So not to commit to that idea yet. So yeah, let's just play bishop e3. I have both of my bishops in the center. He does castle. Now I can probably play bishop here. And the point is that now if he wants to double my pawns, yes, I do have double pawns, but is this not just a free pawn here? If I take, he goes here or here, then I probably just bring it back, and if he takes, I take. This is always going to be defended. But the problem is my king is still in the center, so he might have some kind of tricks. Queenside castle looks fine. The knight is misplaced here. He does play that, so now the problem with that move is now I feel like, well, first of all, now I will take the pawn, thank you. Okay, he goes there. Now I could probably play even here. So now he's threatening to take, and take. So my bishop is under attack. I can't go here, obviously. Bishop to d2 looks fine. It kind of restricts the knight's movement. Obviously, I don't really want him to capture. Maybe I could just defend it, but I kind of want to push these pawns and start an attack, right? So I feel like maybe I don't want to do that. If I do this, then what move is he threatening with this? Because I could just play c4 and kick the knight out. But I don't know. It's a little bit risky. I'm just going to play bishop d2. Be a little bit safe. And really ask my opponent what he wants. Okay? This pins my my piece, of course. So I didn't see this move, but I mean, I don't know. If takes, obviously captures is obvious. If I do this, he has to capture with check first. And then maybe I could even take with my queen and just push my pawns. The rook is not really threatening to infiltrate, from what I understand. If he captures and captures, I think I should just push this. And if he can't move the knight, because then the bishop hangs. So here takes, queen takes, and then the knight, if he goes here, obviously can't do that. He can't go here, 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 or here. He has to back up. So let's play c4. Let's pre-move it, because that's a safe pre-move. I'm not going to capture with the rook, because I kind of feel like my rook belongs on g1. So he does back up the knight, and that reveals a discovery on this one. So now this pawn is hanging. So that's a problem. How am I going to defend that pawn? Do I just back the bishop up? I could. If I back the bishop up, then I could bring my queen up and threaten mate in 1, which could be advantageous to me. How would he defend that? He could just play g6 at any point, then h4, obviously. So let's just play this. That defends the pawn. The rook is threatening to go in. What would I play if I'm him? This is cutting off the knight. Goes here. He could go. He can't really go there. This it's a little shaky. He's going there. So now it's pretty clear what his plan is. I'm just gonna put my queen up here, threaten mate 1. He should play that, and I'll play this. If he plays that, let's just play this. He's probably going to capture here. I could probably recapture. Nevertheless, he plays f5. I think that's a good move, because f5 generally in those positions is pretty solid. If takes and knight takes, I kind of just want to play h5 and see if I could bust open the whole king side. I feel like his pieces could be really, really weak here. If captures, maybe. Let's see here. Takes, pawn takes. You reconnect your pawns, but maybe I even play rook here. Let's try rook d to g1. So now there really is a lot of pressure. Captures. I can't really do that, can I? I think I have to capture like this. If I take, I can take this, can't I? Okay, this could be good. Okay, I take it. Let's say the king moves. Then, I mean, is there checks? You can't. There's no check there. Let's take here, because he can't take back like that. And these two pawns, they don't really look like they're all that strong, but maybe my king can be weak here. But I think, I mean, I'm up a pawn right now. This should be winning, I think. And also just takes, and takes. Obviously, there's just a ridiculous amount of threats to... wow, he just takes the pawn. Okay. What if check here? What if just takes? What is he threatening? This pawn? I'm not afraid of losing that pawn at all. Here's not a problem. Let's just grab a pawn. Let's just grab another pawn. I don't see anything wrong with it. Alright, let's see. Let's check the stream. Let's see how it's doing. I've been live for 8 minutes. And let's say the king goes here, check, here. If he goes here, what if I just, oh, well, obviously if he goes there, I just checkmate him in 1. So that's one thing. If you go, I can't go anywhere along here. The king doesn't have a lot of squares. If here, it's also checkmate in 1. The king cannot escape. So the king just can't move. As for checks, I'm covering both of them. You could deliver this check. I would just take takes here. I mean, I would just go back, and again, you have nothing. So this should be just excellent for me. Let's say you capture the pawn, then rook captures is mate, isn't it? Yeah, it's just mate. So this can't even be captured like this. So I don't really know what his... I can't really find a move for him. Let's say he played something ridiculous like this, then just check mate. So even that's not possible. What if he defends mate? Then check mate. He has nothing. But yeah, I think one of the easiest attacking setups is against the Caro-Kann, and especially in that Tartakower where they play knight f6 and you have the knight here, then you could trade it because, you know, white typically castles queenside, typically gets the bishop out, gets the queen out, pushes the h-pawn, and tries to checkmate black. And it looks like that's probably going to be what happens here. I have 4 minutes and 16 seconds to checkmate my opponents who, you know, the king can't move, literally cannot go anywhere, or else it's mate. The rook can't even defend because then it's just checkmate in one with a pawn. So it's a pawn checkmate technically. Really scary stuff for my opponent. Tut Burids. And he is a strictly rapid player. So, yeah. But I do not envy his position. He might just resign right now. Let's see. Also, obviously, I'm live streaming, as you can see. Oh, it's private. Let's make it public. Let's see if it. Let's see how fun that can be. Let's see if I could get a nice fan base going. All right. Let's say rook to e7. Rook to e7. Check here. Checkmate. So that doesn't work. Let's say right here it doesn't work. The knight can't move because if he does, it's checkmate. Let's say the queen moves. Here, same mate. Although you can go there now. So then, what's my move? Takes. When I have capture with a pawn. So once he goes here, just take with the queen. Boom, boom. I mean, like, even if he does survive the attack, he's now in such a tremendous amount of material that it's just ridiculous to play. He's even lower on time than I am. So let's go back a little bit. So e4, c6. This is pretty standard. You can obviously exchange if you want. You could also play the advance. I'm not really good at either of those, so I generally play knight f3. I'm pretty confident in this opening. I know bishop f5 very well. I know knight f6 very well. I know this is well. Generally, whenever the main line of this would just be that. Push this. Once he responds, you just play knight f3, and the point is to try to put your knight here and then get it back up, and then put your bishop here and then trade him off. Because for some reason, white wants to just trade off this bishop for this bishop whenever they can by putting it here. And also play c3, castle queenside occasionally. But here, of course, he plays this very popular move. You just capture here and then play c3. And that's when my opponent played this ridiculous move. Because it doesn't really threaten anything. Obviously, I could capture and double the pawns, and already I could be better, but it didn't really make sense to me. So instead, I played knight f3, just developing, and yeah, I felt like this would work in my favor, and also just you're just castling right into my attack. You should at least not play this. You should play this here. But, he didn't. And yeah, now this is the position. And he's taken 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make a move. Any second, sir. Any day you'd like. You really like your 10 minutes, don't you? Black resigns. I'm curious. How, is it? What is it? Yeah. Okay. So, let's go back. standard theory. Bishop d6, bishop d3, and now this crazy move, knight to a6. It has been played in Master Games, as you can see. The move is queen c2, just right on the dot. Then knight c7 generally. Although knight e2, again, just standard theory, knight c7. So the whole point of knight a6 is to bring it to knight c7. And then probably develop it here or here, I'm guessing. I instead deferred, and I played just knight f3, which black actually wins a lot of games. And knight c7 usually played here, but my opponent played bishop g4, which just seemed a little bit like aggressive. My opponent played, or I played bishop e3, knight c7. I'm surprised that the most popular move is castling. I feel like, why would you want to castle here? The whole point is you want to bring your queen here, and then, like, since you're castling, you're just weakening your king so much. Or you'd have to just, move it back a little bit. But I digress. We had this, bishop e3, third most popular move. Masters have probably just given up at this point. There's probably no games. Yeah, because to not play knight c7 at this point is just ridiculous. Like, your knight's just sitting here. And he allowed me to capture it. I instead decided to castle because I didn't want any complications. I play g takes. And yeah, even if you do play h6, it's very bad for you. Knight b4. What I didn't see is that I can't capture here because it's pinned. So then take again, or you take with a queen. The problem is that now there's no attack. I don't have any bishops, so there's not really an attack happening here. But instead he took the other way. Now obviously knight b4, you just gobble it up. So I played bishop c2. I'm very lovely that it was actually the most recommended move on the engine. Oops. b5. Queen d3, g6. It really wants me to capture here. I just assumed that this would have been a little worse for me. Let's see, if b here, I just have to capture here. I just don't have a choice. The problem is that queen d5, and if I capture, then I activate his pieces, and I'm not really winning this game. And now white is just in really bad trouble. Knight, wow, rook e1 check. I take the queen. Wow. I missed that. I mean, I guess at the time I probably would have seen that. But here, you take here, you play here, check, here, here. And it's probably better for white, but, Instead he captured there, which was a horrible, horrible mistake. And now I play h captures, and just so much trouble. I mean, you can't play that. You can't play. You just take. Let's say you try to defend the pawn like this. You just take. That's checkmate. Let's try to defend the pawn like this. Again, I just take. You go here. I try this. I go here. If you capture here, I mean. Yikes. I mean, yeah, just a terrible, terrible position for black there. All right, let's play another game. Okay. Babushi. Okay, plays d4. I'm going to play knight f6. e6, standard theory so far, nothing crazy. This is what I usually play with black. I don't usually play Nimzo. I typically bring the bishop out just to e7, a little bit more solid, or I just play d5 for the queen's gambit declined now. This is transposed into. He's probably going to play this. That's also fine. And now I'm going to play bishop e7 and castle. Okay, we have a stonewall sort of structure here now. Now the situation changes a lot. So I think what I want is probably castles in this and then bring the knight here. Or, oh, did I say castles? Now it's kind of unsure. Maybe this is a bit premature. That's the problem. Captures here. Okay. Go here. I feel like that's a little weak. Maybe I just castle? Like I initially wanted to. My fear is this for some reason. I don't know why it's my fear. He does play that like I thought. Let's play here. Because he's gonna, what he wants to do is put a knight here and just completely own me. Just completely get rid of my whole life expectancy. Now let's just play knight e4. Alright. Captures. Pawn has to capture. If not, I take the queen. And then here. He could play this though. Yeah. It still should be okay for me, I think. Let's play check. Problem is that you don't really have it developed that way, so it's actually kind of weakening. Like, especially this pin is really strong. Let's just go back now. And the problem, like, again, you just have this kind of weak knight. But there's no more pin now. Okay, just going directly for the pawn. If I go here and then h this, then what? I gotta be very careful here. Because this could just be, you know, pretty lethal to me. Obviously, I don't want a castle. I mean, that's pretty clear. He does play that. Let's capture it, give him a pass pawn. Now I have like a 3-on-1 majority over here. The only thing is that I just need to find a way to mitigate the problems there. Alright. I mean, I just can't allow the pawns to push any further. And this could be dangerous. But for now, it looks like it can't be pushed. Alright. Do I just castle? I feel like I can't castle there. Here. Again, if it pushes it. I don't know. This is looking really bad. Let's just move the king. Am I missing something? What's the idea? I don't get it. Let's grab the pawn. So that's your idea, is to do that? Let's go here. It takes terrible move. Let's see if he spots it. Okay, misses it for the time being. Let's grab another pawn. Okay, let's capture here now. 3 pawns for the piece. I should be generally pretty happy with that. Let's deliver a nice check. If he blocks with the rook, I just, kill him. Let's offer a trade of pieces. He does have the bishop pair, and that could be pretty strong. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like resigning now. Because I just didn't spot this move at all. I mean, it is what it is. Check doesn't do much. I mean, it's just terrible. It's just terrible for me. I mean, I feel like this is probably the best I have. Just go down the exchange, and I'll have pawns maybe. But, really bad position for me. And the thing is that now there's even a pin being threatened here. Here, check. Maybe I just try to hide away in this area. The square is prone to shit. Here, I'm threatening that. Okay, goes there. Obviously, very logical move. No, I'll resign. Alright, so we had a pretty standard Queen's Gambit. And then we had this fucking goofy move. F4. C5 is best. It is what it is. I just don't like playing against that. Should have captured the pawn. It's really stupid by me. And white's already better. I mean, just like that, white's already got a massive advantage. C4 with the idea of what? Just takes, check, block, takes. And I'm up a pawn magically. Wow. And if it takes, just check. And I didn't even realize this is embarrassing. How could I miss that? And obviously, yeah, that's game over. All right, I'll end the stream. I'm just not ready for chess today.